Tonight we are on the streets of Whitechapel. Time is now, as you can see, it's about living sugar-free. And believe it or not, I was sugar-free a long time ago, because I don't believe it, judging by the amount of sugar I eat nowadays. And I was sugar-free for a year. There were a couple of reasons why I was sugar-free. Number one being that I didn't have any money, so the only things that I could buy with my money were like fruit and vegetables, the bare minimum, the necessity, the niceties, the good stuff. Because I didn't have any money, the second thing I didn't buy were like crisps, chips, fries, burgers, pizzas, anything that you wanna have, like processed stuff. I did not buy that. This is a crossing, it's gonna turn red, green. Managed to dodge it, yeah. No money, no problems. In my case, at least. That's the DLR. DLR is sort of like a combination of tube and train, or rather subway and train in London. It's basically driverless. So all those Tesla cars and Uber cars and all that are driverless. This is first, man. Now obviously, depending on where you live, it's a bit harder to be sugar-free. I was sugar-free back in Romania when I was living with my folks. Living in the UK is massively different in London because everything is processed. Even the fruit contains sugary stuff. A couple of months ago, last year, a store sold candy floss tasting grapes. I mean, how stupid is that, man? And it tasted a bit of candy floss. But why would you sell that? I think about having money and not having money. When you don't have money, you're very careful. When you do have money, you can splurge a bit because you do have money for the first time. For the second time, when you have money, you just don't care. You buy anything and everything. And that's why a lot of people are bankrupt, because they think they have money and they go and buy fancy technology stuff or tickets to some random thing, and it brings them a minimum of enjoyment. And I know, because when I came here, I bought a bunch of equipment like guitars and pianos. I played them a bit, I enjoyed them, but it wasn't for me, so I sold them. We are here at the lovely Tower Bridge, one of the nicest bridges around London. As you can see, nice architecture, nice towers, arches. The passageway. I'm just getting vertigo from looking up at this thing. And vertigo is usually when you look from down. Reverse vertigo. And this is not cool, Adrian. I'm sure a lot of people have reverse vertigo as well, or whatever it's called. The end of the bridge. And the London bus. Now, as I was saying before, I went from no sugar to full-on sugar in a while, and in this country I'm pretty much full-on sugar. Well, not full-on sugar all the time, but I am on sugar. It's because I buy a lot of stuff that's prepackaged, and a lot of stuff that's prepackaged contains sugar for some reason. Maybe they want you to have a sugar crash or just have diabetes or some shit like that. I don't know, man. It's full on sugar in this country. Everything has sugar in it. If I was to buy only fruit and veg like I bought before, it would be just no sugar. I mean, like natural sugars, you know what I mean? Natural sugars. Whereas now you buy everything that has a lot of sugar in it. Ice cream, a lot of sugar in it. Jams, marmalade, anything sugar in it. Especially a lot of glucose fructose syrup, inverted syrup, sugar something, I don't know. But a lot of that shit has bad effects on your body. And I know, because I used to eat a lot of it. It's one of those cases where, you know, like you want donuts and you know what it does to you, but you still buy donuts, if that makes sense. You know it's bad, but you still buy the bad stuff because sometimes you just want a fix, a quick fix. Probably like drugs or alcohol or tobacco or vices in general. That's sugar. What I'm trying to say is that sugar is one of the evils of today's processed foods in general. It's just as bad as alcohol or tobacco or drugs or anything like that. It's just as bad, bro. They're trying to cap it, to make a tax on it on some stuff in the UK. I think juices maybe or something like that. I don't know if it's really working, but they're trying to do that. I read something a couple of years ago in America, in an American state, Orlando maybe or something, where the mayor was giving people a 3 liter of orange juice, I think. But instead of giving them oranges, he was giving them orange juice. And what that does is that it's not as good as just a normal orange. You probably were thinking, yeah, well, it's freshly squeezed and it has nutrients and vitamins and all that. That is true, but because orange juice is different compared to just a normal orange, it hikes up your blood levels. So in that case, a lot of those Americans that got the orange juice turn to have diabetes. You poison your own people. How messed up is that? Yeah, being sugar-free can work. It depends on where you live in the world. Obviously, in America, it probably cannot work. Even though you could be raw or something like that, it's very hard. In the UK, again, it's very hard. When I was in Romania back in March, things have changed compared to how they were when I was there in the past. So they've brought a lot more processed stuff for some reason. They're trying to westernize again. Back in the 90s when we first got rid of communism, we westernized. So we had words like ketchup, pizza, and probably some other words. And then there was a massive debate with some Romanian guy that was trying to help the Romanian language stay alive. So instead of ketchup, you can say tomato sauce in Romania, obviously. That was a big debate. Anyway, I'm not a pro sugar, I'm not anti-sugar, I'm neutral. Pretty much, you can do whatever you want. And I'm going past places that have a lot of sugar in them, which is funny. Because sugar is alright, depends on the kind of sugar they eat. I mean, like brown sugar, that's good, or demerara sugar, that's good. But glucose, fructose syrup, and inverted sugar and caramel and other shit like that, man, that's nuh-uh. And I'm telling you, because I was on both ends of the spectrum. No sugar and full-on sugar. I used to eat because I didn't know what to eat at the time when I was vegetarian, I think. I just got my mom's jars of jam and marmalade, I think honey as well. Got a spoon and just started digging in, just like that. Ooh, Romanian flag at the George. I've passed by this place before. They have karaoke every Friday night, and it's something that I've wanted to do for a while now. Karaoke. I've never done karaoke because I had nobody to go with, but I will go there at some point, either at this place or another place near my place. Or definitely in Edinburgh, because this year I'm going to Edinburgh again. Somehow I discovered I'm going to Edinburgh, and I found a place that does karaoke, and hopefully I'll go there. I mean, not hopefully, surely I'll go there, because might as well enjoy myself while I'm in Edinburgh. No work, no nothing, just gigs, seeing people and having fun. Edinburgh Fringe. I'm there for the first week of August. I'll be in Leeds and York the last week of July. And I'm in a festival in Kent, in Faversham, at the Faversham Fringe, last week of August. It's gonna be fun. Shameless plug. I've been walking for some 47 minutes just talking about this. Well, in increments. And yeah, it's difficult just randomly talking once in a while about sugar on the street, where you see a lot of sugary stuff. You see, life changes. Life is a cycle, so it changes. One time you don't eat sugar, another time you eat a lot of sugar. Or one time you're vegan, or one time you're vegetarian, or you eat meat, or you know, diets. Anything can change in life. I know that for a massive fact, because my life has changed a lot in the past 8 years, in the past 10 years, in the past number of years. It pretty much depends on where you live and what you want to do. That's pretty much how your life changes. And also if you have money or not. So sugar, good or bad, what are your opinions on that? Leave a comment below. And until next time, maybe also on the street, maybe something else, who knows, I don't know.